Okay, let's see. Now, change. Okay. Volume is low. I think that might be just me not talking directly into the mic. There we go, Minecraft. Done. I made that epic transition screen just so then when I hit F11 then my game wouldn't crash. So anytime I need to tab out, I'll just transition into that epic transition screen. Hello Catawolf, hello Rusty, hello Max. Today, I guess, I don't know, a Catawolf, Rusty, how much do you know each other? Because I play with a Catawolf and I've seen some of Rusty's stuff because a Catawolf has told me about it. You have a shroomlight addiction? Okay. I guess a Catawolf Max, you've probably seen the whole Mario Kart themed base that I'm going to be working on now. Rusty, I don't think you've been in a stream before, so here it is. Here is the Mario Kart track. It's based off of Sherbet Land. Hello, Kana. Why is my chest plate named pressure plate? Well, because chest plate, pressure plate. Haha, funny redstone joke. Oh no, I was, when naming my chest plate, I was really running out of ideas on what I could call it. So, I just decided pressure plate it is. I couldn't think of any better redstone jokes. Okay. I guess I should probably see what kind of blocks I need for this build. You tried making a mega copper farm, but only got 800 ingots per hour. You see, I don't think I've really tried any copper farms. I've always thought that going into a trial chamber would be a lot more efficient to get copper than making an entire copper farm. Because when you go to a trial chamber, you can probably get like 2 blocks of copper per second, I would say. Also, don't mind the casual mob farm that I've made. This is intentionally mob farm. Okay. For this project, I'll need some of this red terracotta, the white blocks, and the cyan blocks. If I need any stone blocks, then I can steal from you. Well, this build is mostly white and cyan, and stone is in fact gray. I don't think it really fits in with the aesthetic here. But, you know, if I ever need to, I'll pop by your stone shop and steal from it. I guess, Rusty, the one comment I've seen from you was about what kind of rates my husk farm got for weakness arrows. I'm guessing that you've probably made a whatever they're called, parched farm before, and that's why you were asking me. So what kind of rates have you gotten? Ouch. Pathetic amounts. I play on Sim 4. Ah. Yeah, I would say if I were to adapt my farm for Sim 4, how much would I actually get? Like, I was getting pretty pathetic amounts as well, or at least what I assumed to be pretty pathetic. Like, 5 stacks per hour of weakness arrows. I think parched just don't spawn a lot. And that's why we're getting pretty pathetic rates. $1.5 stacks? Yeah. So it wasn't just me building the farm right, or farm wrong, and it was more of just parched spawn not a lot. I guess parched getting added, the immediate thought with the weakness arrows is it would be so much easier to make like to cure villagers. Just I am one of those weirdos who don't really play with villagers all that much. I know that a cat wolf probably I don't know what your thoughts on me just not playing with villagers that much, but I just find them kind of annoying to deal with. Bedrock Lake Matica. This is holoprint. It's, I guess if you look it up, then you can find some stuff about it. You essentially take structure blocks, select an area in a creative world, and then you can turn it into a pack. Like, currently I have here, holoprint, resource generated, and it also will tell you how many resources the project is. You can filter out spiders and skeletons. Okay. How do you filter out skeletons? I was only able to figure out how to filter out spiders. But, like, I know a bunch of creeper farms will filter out skeletons, but also with zombies. Warp blocks? Okay. I guess that would probably help the efficiency of the husk farm, because then, well, you'd pretty much be only getting husks and not skeletons. But also, does that mean that the parched, do they spawn on warp blocks at all? Because if parched can't spawn on warp blocks, then having a farm made out of warp blocks wouldn't really help the efficiency of a weakness arrow farm. They do sow spawn. I am unfamiliar with the word sow. Is it sound? Parched will spawn? Okay. I mostly use warp blocks in zombie villager spawn. I am, in fact, Canadian. What would make you say that? Prove it? I'm Canadian or something. There, that's all the proof you get. I have a moose in my garden. I have more than a moose in my garden. There's, you know, okay, maybe not saying that, like, yeah, anyways, I also have, like, some crops, and, yeah, like, corn, raspberry. The Canadian and Canadian joke was not registered. It absolutely was not registered. Until now. But, like, I am actually legitimately Canadian. Okay. Do you have a favorite Tim Hortons drink? Well, I actually don't really go to Tim Hortons. I know a bunch of people probably think that all Canadians live off of Tim Hortons, but really that's not the case. I do not live off of Tim Hortons, even though I could probably get to one in a very quick walk. I guess that's more of, I just don't really go to restaurants all that often. So that means I also don't live off of Tim Hortons. What do you mean I'm lying? You don't know where I live. You can't prove anything. Okay. Out of wool. Yeah, i good luck. Like, Canada's the second largest country in the world by land mass. So, good luck finding me at all. It's 100% Ontario. Well, actually, it isn't 100% Ontario because Ontario only makes up, like, I think, probably around a third of the population in Canada. So you're probably only 33% correct. And no, I do not live in Nunavut because, well, okay, I'm rounding for you. There's, I think, around 30,000 people who live in Nunavut. So, compared to the 40-ish million that live in Canada, that is around 0.1% of the population. Now you're just naming random provinces before I crack telling you where I live. But, Max, you probably should know. You have enough information to know. Acad, the farm has been improved by others, breaking 5K an hour. 5K what? Did I miss out on something? Shroomlight Farm? 5K an hour? Oh. In one of my, like, past worlds, I made a base that probably took up 2 shulkers of Shroomlights, and... Okay, would it actually be 2 shulkers of Shroomlights? Okay, I don't know if it was actually 2 shulkers, but... It was an absolutely insane amount of Shroomlights to gather by hand. And, I guess I could show you some pictures of said build. Just let me get a photo out. One moment. What don't you need a shulker of Shroomlights for? Exactly. What don't you need a shulker of Shroomlights for? Doesn't everyone use shulkers of Shroomlights for lighting up their caves instead of using torches? Okay, I'm still looking. I think I don't have any videos right now, so I might just have to resort to photos. Why? Why am I having so many issues trying to find this? Frog lights are slower. Okay, I'm just... okay, I need to catch up on chat. Wow. Why is my chat going so crazy? Essential block in steampunk. Can't you turn off transparent thing in setting? What do you mean turn off transparent thing in setting? Okay, CMX. Is the shroom farm the same farm that you use for getting other, like, warped and crimson stem? Because I would imagine if you're getting shroom lights, you'd probably want to have some sort of warped or crimson stem farm alongside. Okay, then I have seen it at a Cow Wolf's industrial area. The stems are a waste product? Yeah. To be fair, you're really only there for the shroom lights and the wart blocks, so then you can make a highly efficient husk and parched farm. Also, I checked on the wiki about the whole skeleton spawning on warped wart block and... or not warped wart block, but just wart blocks in general. And I don't think that the wiki really told the truth about it. Now I'm going to try and pull up wiki. Blocks. Okay. Oh yes, this is absolute professional stream right here. Okay. Here we go. Don't mind my weird color for my background. That's just because I don't really use this account very much. Wart block. Where is it? Oh, I guess warped wart block can work. There should... there should be something here about which mobs can spawn on it, maybe? No? Maybe I need to go to... like... it's in their JSON? Yeah, I guess I did receive a comment about saying, hey, why don't you use warped wart blocks to remove skeleton spawns? So then I checked on the wiki. I think I checked under skeleton and spawning. And then it said here, in the nether, skeletons spawn commonly in Soul Sand Valley biomes in groups, blah blah blah, due to blah 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 blah, have a lore, blah 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 blah. I know I checked here for a little bit, and I didn't see anything about it. Only Crimson Wart? That's weird. Anyways, back to Minecraft. That does mean that I can probably increase my farm rates by a fair bit. It's so piglins don't spawn on top of crimson trees. But why would they do that to skeletons? Because skeletons don't spawn in crimson forests. Well, unless if there's a nether fortress, then they could, but I don't know. Skeletons are prevented from spawning on nether wart blocks or shroomlights. But aren't shroomlights already bright enough that mobs can't spawn on it anyways, so then they wouldn't need to? Like, I'm not saying that... Okay, it's just a pointless filter. Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking, because if I was programming it, I'd kind of think, okay, mobs can't spawn on the shroomlights anyways, so adding a filter there for it doesn't really matter. I guess one reasoning why I might see them thinking of doing the filter for skeletons is they just did that filter for every mob that spawns in the nether. I guess... Okay. What do you use a zombie villager farm for? Is that like an alternative of a breeder? Like a regular villager breeder? I've seen many villager breeders. Enderman can spawn on warped blocks. Huh. Why would you reduce... Why would you make skeletons not spawn on crimson wart blocks, but then have endermen spawn on warped wart blocks? I don't know. I'm just questioning some Minecraft stuff right now. Oh, okay. That makes sense. A Catwolf's comment of "I look great." I thought that was just coming out of nowhere. So when you say hoglins can't, that means hoglins don't spawn on... warped and crimson blocks. Hoglins can't spawn on warped and shroomies. Repair that elytra? Why? Why would I repair an elytra? Isn't like it's gonna like break soon and then I'm gonna be stranded here at all. Nope. I guess I don't know if Lumi's in the stream, so I'll just type it out. Okay, what did I need? I needed wool. Yes. Thank you, Sterling. I guess, Rusty, how did you figure out about the whole, skeletons not spawning on warped warp blocks? Or is that kind of what a catawolf... Or did a catawolf find it and he told you about it? Is that what he means by spawn.json? No, I didn't find and tell him. Assume Rusty finds everything first / independent. And now Rusty's saying they thinks Rufus Atticus originally found it. Sterling casually promoting GuildRock. Thank you, Sterling. Okay. Wait, that's signed terracotta. I don't think I brought any of that. Anyways, I'm gonna have that for later. This red shroom thing. Because I currently don't have the blocks in my inventory to build that. Okay. I think it might be good to get some stream music. Yeah. I just need to remember, don't hit F11. Oh wait, I didn't set it up. I wonder if I still have the music. Why Mojang server is exploding? I don't know. I guess they sometimes do that. Okay, yeah, I don't have the music set up, so that'll be something that has to happen later. Okay. See you, Wolf. Are you leaving? Or is it someone else leaving? Wait, what? Why? What is... Oh, I need to toggle render and then increase layer. Does GuildRock have a fish farm? I do believe that there is a fish farm on GuildRock. I built mine in a lukewarm ocean, says a catwolf. And I haven't built a fish farm because I don't know, I haven't felt like it. For as much as a tech player that I am, I don't really build a ton of farms on GuildRock. I find it more enjoyable to just go into a creative world and test out stuff than building farms in survival that are made by other players. Like, designed by other players, I should say. You love building passive mob farms? Well, I guess when searching for how to get a bunch of wool, I was highly considering making one of your wool farms. Just then solution number 2 hit me, which was Sterling. Sterling has a wool farm already that's been running for months, and then I purchased an absolute insane amount of wool off of him. Was it 85 shulkers of white wool? I don't know, but I bought an absolute ton of wool farm. Or, ton of wool farm? That doesn't make sense. A ton of wool from him. $15,000 wool per hour? Yeah. The reason why I was considering making it was because of that, and then I just AFK overnight or something, and I would end up with enough wool for the entire project. But then I decided it would probably be easier to just hand Sterling like a stack of diamond blocks instead. Does GuildRock have a coarse fruit farm? I don't believe so. But that, I feel like, would be an interesting project to work on. To just design a coarse fruit farm. I don't think a bunch of GuildRock members need ludicrous amounts of purpur because it is a very niche building block. And apparently Super has a basic course farm. Probably a course collection setup. What's a really useless item to farm? dirt. I did think of a new concept for a dirt farm that's probably been thought of before, because a while ago I did end up designing my own dirt farm back when Bedrock was attainable, and then I made a wither cage attached to it. The dirt farm was kind of not useful because, you know, it was so big and you could probably just get all the dirt you need in the time it takes to build the farm. But with the new crafter, I believe there would be a way to get a faster dirt farm by using the gravel, convert into coarse dirt, and then yeah. Tropical fish farm. Yeah, tropical fish farms are quite useful because, you know, tropical fish are kind of known to be the best food source in the game. It has nothing to do with the other drop that tropical fish drop. Not all tropical fish dropping biomes drop pufferfish. True. I believe tropical fish spawn in lukewarm oceans and warm oceans, and pufferfish only spawn in warm oceans. Lush caves. Okay, yeah. Lush caves also spawn tropical fish, but they also spawn axolotls as well. So, when making the recent Husk Farm video, like, I had no idea about the whole parched stuff while making it, or at least that was completely not a thought, and I accidentally ended up making a good parched farm right as that update came out, which I really only knew that it was going to be a good parched farm once Rusty commented on my video asking me the weakness arrow rates. And the reason why I wouldn't have noticed any weakness arrows in the results is, number one, I believe I did all my testing before the update. And number two, when doing the collection system, I just had a command block teleport all the sand into the collection system instead of making an item filter, because I'm too lazy to build a proper item filter while testing in creative. So I just made a command block that teleported all sand within a certain area. How do you think we getting 130k bone meal an hour? I think you just build 40 moss farms to get that much, but I don't know. I'm not you. Item filters are super difficult to make and so time consuming. Exactly. A catwolf knows exactly what I mean by, nah, I'm just lazy. In a creative world, it doesn't really matter whether you use commands or an item filter. Does GuildRock have a flint farm? I don't believe we have a flint farm. I guess for a flint farm, yeah, flint from piglin trading. So you would need to have a piglin trading system that would automatically, and you'd need a gold farm going into a piglin trading system that would give you gravel, and then have the player automatically place and break the flint, because if the player doesn't break the flint, then I believe it would always drop gravel. Sterling. Man, that's way too convenient of way of getting flint. The point of making farms is not for convenience, but as bragging rights. So then you can brag to your friends that you have a flint farm. All this just for some flint and steels. Flint steels essential to gold farms when fire tick is off, like it is on GuildRock. Yeah. It's probably just easier to go to a gravel area and Fortune 3 shovel all the gravel into flint. You tend to automate in silly ways. Yeah. I guess also making automatic farms is just cool. And fun. So even if the farm is kind of garbage, it doesn't really matter. It's fun. Like, you think everything I put on my channel, like every single farm I make, is actually made for players to actually build in survival. If you think so, that's absolutely not the case. Like, Netherrack farm, Endstone farm, Dirt farm, really? Those blocks are very easy to get in large quantities. And if you're wondering about, like, Endstone, the fastest way I found to get Endstone would be with wither mining. Because I believe Endstone is not insta-mineable. Oh boy, I think I need to catch up on chat. I looked away for a little bit, and a cow wolf and Sterling and Rusty are just having chat fly off screen. You made a cooked rabbit farm because bunnies have a 100% spawn weight on cold beaches. What? Does that mean that bunnies just spawn an absolute ludicrous amount on stony beaches. I guess, like, in a normal world, you could edit the damage modifier to be some crazy number. Like, I have a world editor that I've used that can easily do that. But on GuildRock, that's unfortunately not the oh, wait. Yeah, actually, that's still possible on GuildRock. I just need to do some stuff. And then that can be possible, yeah. But it's not going to happen. Technically, it could be done on GuildRock. But it would need someone with file access. Yes, the only mob that can spawn in light level 8 is rabbits on a cold beach. Okay, yeah, that's kind of... That's... that's cool. Or you could say it's cold because it's on a cold beach. Okay, I think after this, then we get into the layers with concrete powder. And concrete powder is annoying, so I think I'll go on to the next chunk. Because yes, I designed this cave without realizing that concrete powder falls. So what I had to do in this entire roof area is place string. Pretty much this entire roof is concrete powder. And I completely love myself for making that idea of having this entire thing concrete powder. I play around with biomes a lot. Meadows for sheep, cold beaches for rabbits, cherry grove for pigs. Yeah, I guess using some of those more niche biomes, you can kind of specify which mob drops you want. Mojang forgot to disallow regular players to edit the damage modifier on any server, world, or realm, making it possible without file access. I guess, okay. With hacks, yes. There's some strange NBT hacks that are in Minecraft Bedrock, if I remember correctly. Also, okay, there. And yes, that's why I need your string, Sterling. Anyways, it's 2:30. Oh my goodness. Yeah, then maybe you should go to sleep. Some people just have no regard for their sleep schedule. Structure block on GuildRock? No, that's just part of the... well... Since I use structure blocks to select the area, I forgot to, you know, word structure block got inside of its own area, and now I have a pack that has a structure block. No, there's no admin abuse going on in GuildRock. I don't know what you're talking about. GuildRock uses cheat. No, no. As you can see, if I go to settings, we do not have cheats enabled. You see, there's no structure blocks, no command blocks at all in this world. Don't ask us how we're tracking hours. Just shush. How are you tracking hours? Magic? Oh no, I wasn't the one that designed the hour tracker. Maybe you should go ask whoever made the hour tracker. Like, it would have to be a pretty complex redstone contraption to track hours with just redstone. Yeah, a cat and wolf built the hour tracker. And yes, it technically does say no cheats, but really this is actually a cheats world. I don't know why.
God, I'm still accepting my fate? Okay.
Wait, what on earth? What was that? Hey? Guys, am I being hacked? Was that one of you viewers? Did you hack the stream? Guys? I'm I'm not NBC. Um uh I've No. I did not hallucinate voices in my head. Okay, I'm not crazy. I wasn't the only one that heard voices. That means someone's hacking my stream. Oh no. And that wasn't Lumi's voice. Okay, Welcome to GuildRock SMP, where you get haunted while you stream. You have a Bluetooth/wireless headset. I do not have a wireless headset. My headset is wired into my computer with a USB. My mic is wired into my computer with a USB. Because you heard it, and I heard it, that means that my computer played that sound. Oh, maybe a Chrome tab and an ad played. I'm gonna have to rewatch that section to figure out who that is, because I think I do know. I think I do know that voice. Like, it sounded familiar to me. And do I have a video in the background? I have a wiki tab. I have epic transition.png, Streamlabs. Wait. Oh, that's why. Okay. I think I know why you heard voices. So, I had a Minecraft Java tab open. It was connected to an event server that I was playing on like an hour or two ago. And that event had proximity chat. After the event ended, I was in spectator mode, and I just forgot to exit out of the server. So there must have been someone else who joined the server and said something. And that's why I would recognize the voice, because I was just in an event with them. They said, okay. And that would make sense, because the server event, like, yeah, that would make sense with the context. Because that was probably one of my teammates, and we lost. So us losing would be like us accepting our fate. And because the server owner guy just was a little bit lazy, he didn't actually turn off the server at all in between sessions. Yeah, so case closed. I was in a Java world with voice chat connected to a server, and someone else joined the server and said that. Java? Yes, that was a Java server. And yes, I do play Java from time to time, but I am mostly Bedrock because of can I see my own? Yeah. Yeah, that's a few hours. Also, don't question how I've been traveling an average of around 30 blocks per second. 1.7 billion blocks traveled. For an average of, I believe, 30 blocks per second. Because Minecraft is a game with 0 bugs. Obviously. You're permanently at 321,000 blocks traveled. Yeah, I don't know. I must have done something that glitched the number higher or tricked the game into counting more than it should. Hacks? No hacks were used because I have trust issues with hacked clients. The TP command accounts the blocks walked. I feel like I've tested just teleporting myself crazy distances for the blocks traveled. Does that mean that you can get negative blocks traveled if they use an integer to represent the amount of blocks traveled and then you get like integer overflow? Okay, I think we need to do some testing with this. Anyways, insert epic transition screen here. Insert elevator music here. Do 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 do. Yeah. How much did that artwork cost? Must have paid so much. You can teleport 60 million blocks 20 times a second. Okay. So, currently, I am at 785,473,966. And you said 60 million. So that means if what you're saying is true and I teleport 60 million blocks out, the distance traveled should get to like 1.8 something slash TP at P 60. So it's 60 million. I'm just going to make it 50 million. Yes. Minecraft working as intended. Wait, I forgot where my area was. 3 million each axis. Yeah, so now if we go into here, overview, stats, Is that? Might take time to update. Okay. So what you're saying is if I just 50, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If I just repeat this. Okay. That should bring me over 2 billion blocks traveled if given time. Wait. I forgot to get rid of epic screen transition. Okay. Here. What I was doing is 50 million, 50 million, 50 million, 50 million. Did a couple of these. And now if we just wait, then we should eventually see that count towards my distance traveled. Thanks, Mojang, for making a perfectly normal game. Okay, no, that was the other GuildRock event server. Okay. Now we just continue building this thing to wait for the numbers to update and me to have over a billion, or over 2 billion blocks traveled. I know if you go high enough, anyone who clicks on the distance travel will crash. Thanks, Mojang, for a perfectly normal game. By now, I believe Mojang servers will have probably seen the tons of requests of 50 million blocks traveled. And I should... Yes, this game is, did it go down? I'm so quick, I went back in time. I'm so quick, the game counted it as negative velocity. Oh wait, negative velocity is just in the other direction. I don't know. Insert stupid time travel joke here. But right now, I believe it did increase. Wasn't I at... No, yeah, it did decrease. because that's 180. That's 853 million, and it was at. Are you asking me what my favorite biome is? No, don't go over 2.147 billion distance. Ah, that's probably what did it. Favorite biome. For building in, it'd probably have to be plains. Just because of how simple it is. And the grass color is fairly solid. I actually am not a huge fan of the extremely vibrant green of the Mushroom Island for building. Like, okay, yes, I do like that green color, but not for grass. Because grass typically isn't quite that crazy vibrant. And I guess you're going meadow, obviously the better. Hmm. I actually don't really like the meadow's grass color that much. I don't know. Might just be me. Meadow is 100% beehive chance. Okay. %40 wait for sheep there. So that means the other 60% are all the other mobs in the game. Or at least, that's for passive. Dripstone Cave is the best biome for you. I will say I do quite like the warped forest biome in terms of looks. Honestly, I think what they did with the Nether update was really good in terms of like just making the Nether feel way better. My current base is in a warped forest. Why don't you, like, carry the shulkers with you? that's because shulkers take up inventory space, and there are a lot of blocks in this build, so I would need to carry a lot of different shulkers with me. And then I'd be constantly placing and picking up shulker boxes. So instead, I just decide to fly out to my stash. Barn does games. Hello. Now, which account is that? Because I'm pretty sure you have a ton of different accounts. New YT account? Okay. Thanks, Acadawolf. I think I could figure that out on my own, but just thank you for clarifying. Hot take bundles are the most useful item in Minecraft. I disagree, but I do believe bundles are useful in situations. Especially early game without shulker boxes, bundles can be a great help. Efficiency 5 Silk Touch pick is the best item in the game. Whom is streaming after you? I don't think anyone is streaming after me. Also, Barn, why are you awake? Efficiency 5 Diamond Toe. Yeah. I guess you are a shroomlight farmer after all. Solution. Wood is really the best item in the game, because without it, you can't make a crafting table, and you can't craft... Oh wait, there's crafting tables naturally spawning in the world, okay. But still, you can't craft a pick... Oh wait, villagers can trade you pickaxes, Never mind. Maybe wood is in fact useless. Wood isn't an item, it's a category. Can I just say netherite pickaxe and... Oh wait, there's also diamond pickaxe. Stick. Good luck getting any progress done without sticks. Oh wait, villagers. But you usually... Oh wait, raid farms. He's trying so hard to avoid the obvious guys. What do you mean? Like, shroom lights? I don't see how shroom lights would be the obvious, most useful block in Minecraft. You know, new solution. The best block in Minecraft is TNT. You place a couple of them on your friend's base, and then you have a bunch of resources that show up at your base. It's great. Really, if you know how to use TNT, you get access to every other resource in the game. TNT can be substituted. Depends on which friend, they just might send more TNT back at you. Yeah, well, that's where the caveat the caveat, if you used correctly. You see, you don't threaten, I mean, place TNT blocks within a vicinity of players that are scary. And need TNT for shroomlets? Exactly. You also need TNT. Well, you don't need TNT, but TNT can be useful. Yeah, I agree. Bundles are certainly the best block in the game. There's no other block in the game that I use more than bundles. Just let me place down my block of bundles. Yeah. Technically, bundles do not have infinite storage. Yes, actually, bundles don't have infinite storage. Because if you see, Minecraft runs on a computer, and computers have a defined storage limit. They can't store more than than the numbers and bits in the computer. So, that means if a bundle has so much data, so full, that it takes up the entire storage of the server, you can't add any more to the bundle. Thus, bundles don't actually have infinite storage. Even though there's likely a glitch to have infinite, like nearly infinite storage. But, you know, technically not infinite. Yes, my channel is very educational. You learn many useful life skills by watching my videos, like being a nerd and learning the art of blackmail and Minecraft. You managed to store 1.6 million stacks of dirt in one inventory slot before crafting my world. Actually, 1.6 million is not super close to infinity. You see, nothing is close to infinity. Because infinity can be a concept. Can it Windows error screen. Infinity plus 1? Well, you see, bundles can't get to infinity, or infinity plus 1, or infinity plus anything, unless if it's infinity subtract infinity. What does infinity subtract infinity equal? Does that equal 0? Because anything subtract itself is 0. Infinity subtract infinity equals infinity. But why doesn't infinity subtract infinity equal 0? Why doesn't it equal negative infinity? Okay, what blocks do I need to get? Exactly. Infinity plus 1? Still infinity? I say yes. But what's infinity divided by infinity? Anything divided by itself is 1, right? So infinity divided by infinity should be 1. But anything divided by infinity is 0. Maybe. What if that's only true because that's what we've agreed? We've agreed that the concept of infinity is would mean that infinity divided by infinity is still infinity. But what if we changed what our definition of infinity was? Would that then make infinity no longer infinity divided by infinity 1? Maybe I'm infinite, but what does that even mean? How can I be infinite when I don't know. I don't know how to continue this. I think I've lost a couple brain cells this stream. Oh. I think my channel is turning into Vsauce now. Anyways, before I lose even more brain cells, I'm going to get some water before my voice just completely dies. I'm back. My voice should be able to survive now. Sterling loves Vsauce. I'm not surprised by that. I know that I have watched a fair bit of Vsauce, I believe, when I was a little bit younger than I did. I don't recall myself watching much Vsauce like within the past like couple of years. I like all three. I guess yeah, there's multiple channels with different hosts. Look up tree 3 math number to really hurt your head. Why would I hurt my head? Because I've already done that before. For the experience? Oh yes, we're getting into truly educational territory here. Once you start referring to these numbers, tree 3 and Graham's number. I don't think I'm very familiar with those. I guess, what is Graham's number? And, like, yeah, what is it? Q? Graham's number is Q. What's the square root of -1? Well, we'll often represent the square root of -1 with the letter I. Okay. Particles are small though. Or are they? Because some molecules actually create really long chains. Many of them in, I believe, plastics will have, like, I wouldn't be surprised if there were tens of thousands of atoms in one molecule. Which, that's still small. You know, thinking about, yeah, that's definitely still small. Unless, if there was a substance that technically was all one molecule. Unless if that exists, I don't know. No, you entered a mathematical expression. That's a number with trillions of digits. Or at least your expression is representing a number with trillions of digits. Also, how did we get into such educational territory? I'm playing a silly block game. Oh wait. Maybe my channel is actually educational after all. It's all the bundles. It's all the bundles' fault. If Mojang wouldn't have added bundles, then this conversation would have never happened. My channel would never have been educational, and the universe would collapse. All if Mojang wouldn't have added bundles. Okay, I need more, what is it? Concrete. If a tree falls in a forest and nobody heard it, does it make a sound? Depends on what your definition of sound is. If you define sound as vibrations in the air and other materials, then yes, sound exists. But if you define sound as how our brain interprets vibrations in the air and other materials, then no. How do you know the tree made vibrations? Well, trees exist in areas with air. Trees exist in areas with gravity. As tree falls, tree interferes with the air, meaning air moves around the tree as the tree falls, and as the tree lands, the tree squishes, and that squishing creates, or just the energy of it falling creates vibrations, and then those vibrations carry out throughout the air, since the tree exists in an area with air. Thus, a tree falling creates vibrations in the air. Can I prove it did? Well, I can't prove that it does, but I can use logic to infer that it does, since a tree exists in an area with air. As a tree falls, it eventually hits the ground. When a tree hits the ground, then it creates vibrations. Okay. See you, Rusty? What's the sound of one hand clapping? What do you mean by what's the sound? What does it sound like? Hand clapping. Well, it sounds like a hand clapping. But to be more specific, a hand clapping will often be a sharp increase in sound and quickly fade away. So then there's only sound for a very short period of time, and I'd say they're often higher pitched, but they can be lower pitched. Well, you can't infer what... Well, okay. You know what's clapping on because of how it sounds. Or at least you can figure it out. With the information provided, I cannot determine the material that the hands are clapping on. You give up? Okay. I guess. See you. I don't know what his point was, but okay. Okay, let's see. Yeah, today there's been actually quite a bit of progress on this area. I think in just a couple more hours and this roof should be complete, and this course it will be complete. And then the question becomes, from there, what do I do? I've been thinking of building something on top of the tunnels to kind of cover them up. And then maybe place blocks, connecting up to, like, this area. Maybe just some packed ice going down to the ocean. So then it looks less like a Mario Kart set and more like an actual glacier area. Also, my elytra is getting dangerously low to being destroyed. No, it's just getting dangerously low, which means it'll probably break on me. And if it breaks on me, then my entire stream chat's probably gonna laugh in my face. So I should probably repair it soon. I just use XP bottle after it breaks. Yeah, I tend to not carry XP bottles on me. I don't need to repair stuff too often. And when I do, I usually just repair everything at once. Also, when using the Nether, spawn isn't too far away, so I can easily gain access to the XP farm at spawn. I only use for elytra. Keep stacking my ender chest. 32 will repair to 90%. Yeah, it could be useful to get some bottle enchanting to repair my elytra. I don't know. I guess that's just never how I played, so I just continue to not use them. It's not how we play, it's how we evolve. Well, I don't know if that's something I'll do in the future, but I might. I think once I get up to I have about 18 stacks in my iron farm shulker if you need it. I don't think I'll currently need it. Also, it's probably right now easier for me to go back to the XP farm than to get some. Yeah, I should probably. I'm currently very low on concrete and wool. I think I'll just use the rest of this up, and then I'll head over to get my elytra repaired. And now I guess I can show those who are a little bit less familiar with spawn. I can show you the spawn of GuildRock. That's the wrong way. Hopefully the server doesn't crash because the spawn area is known to sometimes cause lag issues. Here we have a nice little cavern that was made by Brooksy. Really gets that nice wintry vibe because our spawn theme is winter. Yeah, no, this is Brooksy's. That's his guild banner. That's fine. I'm just making sure I don't load too much of spawn at once. That's why I'm walking there. I don't want to end up crashing the server. And then here is the area that I built, and the XP farm. Last used by Max. Okay, we're out of tridents. Ocean. No. Okay, I just have no tridents. Thanks, Bedrock Edition, for having tridents phase through the floor all the time. It means that I have to get like a ton of tridents for all my farms as they just leak tridents. Can you play? So, GuildRock does have an application system. It is pretty thorough, so like there's no guarantee that anyone makes it in. But I believe Sterling can probably post the Discord invite. What's it called? It is called GuildRock SMP. Also, is it not in the description of the video? Yeah, it's in the description of the video. Also, don't look at the rest of the description. Just look. Once you see join the community, there's a Discord link there. Please don't question the fever dream of my description. Just, I'm fine. And by the way, it is called GuildRock SMP. Okay. Where can I buy tridents? I believe Nom Nom, the Nom Nom Guild has a shop there. Tridents, Yo, Sterling, you, those XP bottles right now are looking pretty handy right now. Oh. Okay. Sterling, where are you? So then I can pick up some of these tridents. Sterling's base is that direction. My elytra does have a chance of breaking. No, that's not. Is that it? No. Here. This is Sterling's base. Don't mind the little bit of lag. It's gonna be a little bit laggy since he has a couple armor stands. Oh yes, look at these amazing frames right here. Okay. Thank you, Sterling. The nice, crisp 10 FPS. Okay. Thank you, Sterling. Also, this is the kind of thing that Sterling has been working on. Tridents. Okay, yeah, those might also be helpful as well. A little bit of a quick view of Sterling's area. It's better when you get down to like the actual road level. There we go. Also, this guy's storage system just drives me insane. Redstone and accessory. And this is where he keeps his tridents. I think 3 should be good. Thanks. I don't know why I typed in chat he watches stream. I don't know, like, you're rich enough. There we go. Get diamonds or something. But this guy just has, I don't know, items. And then this is where he has his terracotta. You go over one shop, and then it's like nether war. So let's say if I want to craft something with a little bit of redstone, or let's say I want to craft a redstone comparator, I need to go over to the wood area, get some wood, go over to the stone area, get some stone, go over, redstone area, pick up some redstone, maybe redstone torches to cut out the wood, and then quartz wherever that is, and then combine. No, this just drives me insane. Can I still have an application if I don't VC? We do not do applications over VC, but the fact that you wouldn't be able to VC does, I think it would come into play a little bit, but that doesn't mean it's a no. I would just say follow the application format And yeah, that's what I would say. Read it. Some people haven't read it when making their applications. I suggest that you read it. You have 2 stacks of comparators pre-made. Well, what if you need more than 2 stacks of comparators? Then you have to go to all those places for comparators. What if you are working on a small build and need like a little bit of a comparator for decorative purposes, and then you need to get a little bit of packed mud, a little bit of shroom lights, a little bit of granite, and then you're just going all, as you just, that storage system would drive me insane. Meanwhile, my storage systems often look like chest monsters. So, I guess my storage systems often have stuff a lot closer, but might just end up being quite a bit more unorganized. Also, why am I... Better than opening 100 chests just to find one item? Well, if you made the chest monster, then you know where all the items are. So it's more like opening 2 or 3 chests. Yeah. And now I need to maybe deliver those 3 tridents. Is this a 0 durability trident? Nope, that's not a 0 durability trident. Now players can now use this farm. You're welcome, Max. Now, back to going over to build the Mario Kart track. Wait a sec. There's actually been progress made here. Like, this area has been snowed, there's been a path made, and there's an actual dam here. And Scotty. Okay. My base, or my game is down here. You'll happily pay? Oh. Lumi was just talking to Sterling. Okay, now, more wool, more concrete. There, that's the concrete. 4 stacks should be good. And then wool. Oh wait, I don't think I'll need 4 stacks. I think 2 stacks should be good. Yeah. Okay. Right now on GuildRock, boats do seem to be a little bit on the jank side when you go quite fast. Like they do this kind of weird thing. I think that there's a setting on the server that can be changed for that, but right now, ice boating isn't too fun. What's going on here? Quartz and stuff? Yeah, I've made builds that use a large amount of quartz, and yikes, quartz is an annoying block to get. Villager trading with an iron farm, or not an iron farm, but a raid farm. That's probably the best way that I've found to get quartz blocks, and then have a villager trading hall, but still, that's a lot of villager trading. It's still annoying. Villagers are annoying. Most raid farm gets 1.5 shulkers of emerald blocks per hour. Yeah. And then I guess a lot of that would be manual, but also his is a stacked raid farm, so it would be faster than the ones I would make. So you're building stack next season? Okay. I don't think I'll make a raid farm next season. Just because I probably won't end up feeling like it. And there's those 3 blocks in the middle there. Okay. Actually, it's 5. Okay. Well, I think that will be all the progress I'll do for the stream today. I just want to kind of ask some of you about, like, an idea I had. I was thinking since if I'm going to cover all these tunnel areas with blocks, I'm probably going to end up avoiding powdered concrete or concrete powder, just because that's annoying. So it's probably going to be white wool and snow. And if I end up covering this area, I feel like I might as well make another course, since a lot of the work, like as long as it doesn't have tons of like up features like what these two have, then I think it should be fine, and it wouldn't take a ton of extra effort for more Mario Kartage. I do have like 2 months left to get everything here done, and this build itself, like the one in the distance, that took, I think that was around 3 months of work for this cyan white blob over here. I think this one was also like 2 or 3 months. So, do I think I could get that final bit done in 2 months? I don't know. I think it's possible, though, to get this thing, like, wrapped up. But I think I'm hoping in, like, the next couple days, this area should all be filled in. Yeah. Well, anyways, it's going to be 9 o'clock. I think that's a good time to end the stream. Technically, this was a stream day stream, so that means something. Go ahead if you want to, like, there's a Discord link in the description if you want to follow more GuildRock streams. There's more of us streamers. Yikes, calling myself a streamer. I don't stream regularly, but if you want more GuildRock streams, click that link and hit the content notifications. You get plenty of streams from us GuildRockers, and see you everyone. See you, Sterling.